Which image to video generator created this? Hey, the new image to video over at Luma Labs Dream Machine has been released, and we compare it in this video to two of the best, Kling AI as well as Pika. Now this is image to video, so we're going to head on over to Midjourney, which is one of the better image creation platforms, and we're going to find 3 images that I think will work well as a test. Here's one. Here's another. And here's the third. The first one we're going to compare is this Cyberpunk theme. As I mentioned, we're going to upload the same image to Dream Machine as well as Pika and Kling, and we're also going to use the same prompt, which is bring to life. So here's Kling 1.6. It brought it to life. There's a lot of rain. I do see some morphing. It's handling the characters reasonably well. I don't know. There's some weird morphing in the background. The subject is okay. And I do like the camera movement here with Kling. Let's see what Pika did. Now here is Pika, and I like it. It's nice movement. There's not a lot, no blinking, not a lot of movement with the subject, but I like the way Pika handles the background. It's really good. I mean, the rain is good. The additional robot things are good. They just move forward. There's nothing added into the background that was unnecessary or even requested. I mean, if you think of the Kling version, it just added a bunch of chaos into the background, where this just kind of keeps with the scene. There's some movement in the hair, but the face is very focused and to the point, and there's this little patch here that's interesting. It's almost lit up a little bit. I don't think I really noticed it in the actual image, but I can see that it has developed here in the Pika version. Well, here is Dream Machine, Luma Labs, and wow, I really like what they did here. Some imagination. The rain is done well. We end up getting more creatures or so in the back, but it's not overdone like it was in Kling. But again, I'm still drawn to this little thing, cyber chip thing right here, that there's some real creativity going on in the face. Again, the face is very still. It doesn't work with the hair like some of the others. So I think out of these 3, what do you think? Which one did the best? Is it Luma Labs, Pika, or Kling? Well, my 1, 2, and 3 is Pika, Luma Labs, and then Kling. And in case if you were wondering what the other one from Luma Labs looked like, this one was a complete disaster, so I didn't even put it in the running. Next is the liquid pouring out of the bottle. And I think this is a good one to test the AIs with, because liquid is not easy. And so, especially when we want it to look natural, pouring from one container into another. So let's see what they look like. Let's take a look at what Kling did. Here's the Kling version. That looks pretty good. I mean, it's not 100% natural, but it has a nice rhythm. There's nothing that goes too crazy. All the physics aren't there, especially when she's pulling the bottle up from the glass. But the pouring of the water moving up, not too bad. I give it a good thumbs up. I've seen much worse. How's that for an answer? Let's head over to Pika. Here's Pika. I'm not sure what's going on here. The person maybe puts the bottle on a higher shelf. Not sure. The physics isn't quite there either. I'm gonna give Pika a lower grade on this one. I think Kling did better. But let's see what the new Luma Labs image to video does. Well, here we go. and not too bad at all. I think it does a pretty good job. The physics seem better than some, and the water or substance liquid goes up. Again, I think it's all right. It may not be quite as good as Kling. But if you notice, they often give you two, and here's the other version. And the physics, this is the problem that we often see, is look at how the physics and all the craziness in this one. This is what we'll often see with liquids. So if you consider this kind of a baseline, how well the other ones did overall, not too bad. But I would say let's give it to Kling, then Luma Labs, and then lastly, Pika. Last are kids with animals, and of course, the same prompt, bring it to life. It's the same prompt for all of them. All three images on each of the platforms, I used bring it to life as the prompt, keeping it very simple. We'll start with Pika, and as we see here, we add some ghostly children. The wolf is still there, the gray wolf, and the giraffe seems pretty happy. Interesting. Let's see what the other ones do. Here's Kling, and the wolf is morphing, and the giraffe is charging, and again we have kids coming out of nowhere. So I'm not sure. This one just didn't work out so well, but all of them seem to be having trouble with this image. So let's see how Luma Labs does. Now I accidentally pulled in some screenshots of that from Midjourney, and that worked out pretty well. This is the best version I've seen so far. There's another version that I created from the screenshot. As you can see, originally was the screenshot. And again, nice. So I'm going to say Luma Labs did a better job, but this isn't the actual image. This is, again, from a screenshot. But I'm most impressed compared to the other ones that just were total chaos, creating children out of nowhere and morphing the animals. But let's see how the original works. Well, oddly enough, I kept uploading the image and it would turn it into another image. And this was one of the other images, which is very similar. It kind of reimagined the images that I was creating. I'm not sure why it kept happening, but I decided just to use one of them. And here it is. And if you base this as well as that screenshot, I would say Luma Labs wins the day on this one. So I think I recall that everybody won one of the types of images. And that's a very interesting point. It's important to understand that knowing which AIs, which services do the best job with different types of images is important. And you should keep notes as you experiment and keep an eye on future videos such as this. That's why you should subscribe. Make sure you comment if you have questions below. And of course, if you want to hear more about AI and what's happening in the creative AI world, don't forget to catch us every Monday on your favorite podcast station, as well as here on YouTube, where we are two creative guys talking AI.